Welcome to the TMHP YouTube channel. In this video, TMHP will explain how long-term care contract applicants will engage with the new provider enrollment and management system. Here's a full list of all the LTC services that are expected to use the new Pems system. Each service is broken out by facility-based services, waiver services, and community-based services. They are also structured vertically and organized alphabetically. Take a moment to pause this video and locate your service. Keep in mind that contract applicants and contractors will use Pems to enroll in or revalidate as a Texas Medicaid provider to obtain or retain a contract with Texas Health and Human Services Commission, HHSC. You will still need to go through the HHSC process to contract for a specific service. If you have been previously enrolled through a paper application to become one of the providers listed on the previous screen, here are your next steps in Pems. Your next enrollment would be a revalidation for your NPI or API if you are within 180 days of your revalidation due date. This will allow you to open the whole application while confirming previous enrollment information and making necessary changes. This is similar to an existing enrollment. If you are outside the 180 days of your revalidation due date and need to add a location, program, and/or service prior to your revalidation due date, then you will need to submit an existing enrollment request first. Submitting an existing enrollment will not change the revalidation due date. Once you've completed this, you will move forward with a revalidation during your revalidation time period. The key difference between a revalidation and an existing enrollment is dependent on when you need to make enrollment changes. Note, if you have contracts with multiple LTC programs, revalidation will only need to be done once per NPI enrollment. All programs, services, and locations for the NPI will be available to revalidate on one request. Now let's look at a high-level diagram that explains the enrollment process for LTC providers. Step 1. Texas Unified Licensure Information Portal, or TULIP, is the long-term care licensure application system used by HHSC. When applicable, LTC providers must obtain licensure via TULIP before enrolling as a Medicaid provider. The licensing process with HHSC is separate from TMHP's enrollment process with Pems. Additionally, license renewals are not processed through Pems, and some contracts may not require a license. For more information, contact your licensing board to learn more about license renewal processes. Step 2. Pems is the new provider enrollment system created by TMHP. LTC providers must use Pems in order to enroll as a Medicaid provider. If you haven't previously enrolled into Texas Medicaid in the past, you will need to set up a portal security account before accessing Pems. Step 3. Complete your Medicaid enrollment through Pems. Once you've submitted your application, HHSC and/or OIG will review it. Step 4. After your Pems application is approved, you will need to contact HHSC for contract enrollment. The contract application will go to HHSC for review once it's completed. In summary, contract applicants and contractors will use Pems to enroll in or revalidate as a Texas Medicaid provider to obtain or retain a contract with HHSC. You will still need to go through the HHSC process to contract with a specific service separately. There are 3 key takeaways for understanding how LTC fits into Pems. Let's review them before concluding this video. When do you contact TMHP? You should contact TMHP for questions about portal security and Medicaid enrollment. When do you contact HHSC? You should contact HHSC for questions about licensing and contract enrollment. Are there any changes to licensing, contracting, or claims processes? No, there are no changes to any of these processes.